Hi there everyone, it is the 1st of 2011. Rob here, Western Pacific weather update. Today we are looking at an area of low pressure moving across Japan today. That's what this big broad area of clouds right in here really is. That's producing widespread rain out here from Kyushu all the way up here towards the Kanto Plain region. And that's mainly from that low pressure system. But behind that we're seeing high pressure creep in from the northwest towards the southeast here, and you're seeing all those snow showers across Hokkaido and even down towards Honshu yet again here associated with this rainfall and this overall low and high interacting. And also down here towards the south we have the easterly still playing a key role in rainfall from Palau over towards the Philippines. We'll actually dive a little bit more into that into a second, but first look at the snowfall map here for the next 3 days, with the forecast calling for some fairly moderate accumulation here just north of Sapporo. Actually, if you don't know the geography up here too well, this little bay right in here, Sapporo's at the innermost part of this bay right here, and that's actually where a lot of good skiing is out here, just north and south in some of these mountains right in here. So definitely any of you people that want to go out skiing in northern Honshu and Hokkaido, it does look like those snow beds are really starting to lay up here, and you're starting to see a good key amount of the snowfall. And also this is setting up for the upcoming Winterfest season out here. Definitely that's a big key role up there in Sapporo as well. But overall though, extending all the way down here, even west of Tokyo on the western portions of the Japanese Alps here, you're even seeing snowfall in the forecast, as well as that cold air pushes across the Tsushima current. And if we look at the Korean Meteorological Agency's surface analysis here, you can see that pressure gradient carrying that cold air across the current here. And actually, you look closely at some of these temperatures, -4 and even -16 up here in northern portions of China, crossing over towards the Russian border. Those are very cold and dry temperatures, and once it hits this warm ocean current here over the Sea of Japan, it really picks up a lot of moisture, and that's why all these areas here indicated in green, those are those heavy snowfalls. And as you push farther down here toward the south, a lot of those areas that were indicated in green are where you're seeing that rainfall today associated with that westerly low pushing off here towards the northeast. But as we go into the next several days, you see that low run across the area here out into Saturday and then into Sunday. That cold air spills in yet again from the north, very cold and dry air. So actually on Sunday across much of Japan, extending down towards Taiwan, you're going to be seeing colder and drier conditions. Definitely fair weather out into the early part of next week as that next low moves away. Still up here in Hokkaido, you're going to see that ocean effect snow coming across, so definitely not really going to see a let up there. But for most of Eastern Asia, you are going to have a quick break. But also down here towards the south, seeing another surge of energy come across the Philippines. And actually, I want to zoom in on a visual satellite imagery here just before sunset. And that is why actually out here on the right portion of the imagery, it's kind of dark, and off towards the left, it's a little bit brighter. That's because the sun is setting, and you're kind of getting a shadowing effect on here and a little bit of a 3D effect, I like to say. And really, you see all these cumulonimbus cloud tops in the center of Luzon? Well, this is what we're talking about when I mentioned the sea breeze effect out here. And sea breeze really is the land heating up faster than the water does during the day, and that creates a surface low off here in the center of Luzon. Well, both of these air currents coming from the east and the west collide in the middle of the country right in here, excuse me, in the middle of the island, and it occurs with all these severe thunderstorms potentially out here across the region, at least some thunderstorm activity. And this is actually one of the reasons why you get daily thunderstorms in the region. So a little bit of weather 101 there for you. But let's continue to push south here down towards Australia, where we're seeing much less activity here than we were seeing yesterday, with the Australian high really starting to push back in here across most of the country as this westerly low pushes off here towards the east and ending up actually off towards New Zealand, where you're expecting to see an increase in rainfall as it moves off in that direction. But New South Wales, we were seeing those severe thunderstorms yesterday, definitely cleared up a lot today. You're probably seeing a much cooler temperatures out across the region as well. And as you look up towards Queensland, you are seeing some convective activity out across that region as well. Definitely more in the form of afternoon thunderstorms, but some of them could produce some very heavy rainfall. But for the most part across Australia today, you are seeing much fairer weather here today. There is a coastal wind warning in effect for the coastal areas of Queensland. I do want to note that Bureau of Meteorology did issue that. But as far as the monsoon trough off here towards the northeast, really not anything significant to worry about today. And just taking a quick look at the surface analysis from the Bureau of Meteorology, just showing that cold front moving off towards the east here at 15 knots. That's going to end up moving off towards New Zealand while that high pressure sets back in. And also I did note that monsoon trough off here towards Queensland, producing those afternoon thunderstorms today, and likely as that lingers across the region, you're going to be seeing those storms flare back up tomorrow as well. It's a very broad and large area, but I do want to mention that you do have that potential of those afternoon and evening thunderstorms tomorrow. But that is all for right now, everybody. Thanks again for listening here at westernpacificweather.com. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please post them in the comment box. And definitely the suggestions on any weather out here that you really want me to cover across much of Eastern Asia and even Australia, any specific areas where you are and where a lot of our viewership is, I really do appreciate that input. And one more thing is that please check out my new channel. I'm going to be forming up here soon. It's not formed up just yet, but definitely something for you to look out for. It's going to be basically weather shares and also just some sharing of my adventures out here in Japan, some of the culture across much of the region, and also looking at some of my other ventures around most of the Western Pacific here as well. So something to look out for. And that is all for right now, though, everybody. Stay safe. Have a great day.